Hey, friends.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
It's
we're going
past freaking 8 o'clock.
What?
It's fucking 8:02.
Oh,
You know what 8:02 means?
Crafty.
canceled.
Canceled. 8:02 means canceled.
Canceled.
That's what it means. We all know. Welcome back to the Winged Badger Tavern. It's episode 3 of the day, episode 6 of the story, The Glittering Canvas. This is the Winged Badger Tavern where friends tell stories. I'm Josh, your Winged Badger Game Master. I'm joined by some of my friends.
Hi.
Friends, introduce yourselves. We'll start over there.
Oh, what's up, guys? It's T-Sab. I play Ronan Voss, who was a tongue-tied explorer who also sailed beneath the Jolly Roger.
Hello, I am Cleo, and I play JAQLINE, the jet-assisted quantum learning interstellar engine.
Navigation engine.
Ding.
Ding.
It's my character. I have it memorized. What are you talking about? Who is a naive AI who entertains.
Hello, I'm Mike, and I play Mark Putty, a clumsy adept who talks to the system.
System. Hello, I am Trevor. I am playing Astro a lucky explorer who works for a living.
And one more time, I'm Josh, your Winged Badger Game Master, dressed as Captain Chet Gamma, but I will be playing everybody else.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that energy.
Yeah.
And without further ado, let's get back into the adventure.
Adventure.
Ronan Voss. We are in the mess hall. Dinner is concluding. There's a weird energy in the air because I'm not sure
Was
what
that crackling or someone chewing on?
That was me.
Okay. Great.
You're just
Is a ghost in the
That's
room with
the
us right
weird
now?
energy in the air. This is Trevor going.
Gotta finish these peanuts.
I didn't realize it'd be so loud.
Okay.
No, right, too.
Okay.
Mutes Trevor.
Like I was saying, everybody, welcome back to the Winged Badger Tavern. I'm Josh. I'm joined by some of my friends. Friends, introduce yourselves. We'll start over here.
Hello, I'm Cleo, and I play JAQLINE, the jet assist. I already give up. JAQLINE is an abbreviation that you will learn at a later time and date, because I'm not going to read. I am illiterate. Me, Cleo's illiterate. JAQLINE is very literate sometimes. And I'm also a naive AI who entertains. Got it. First try.
We got Armless in the chat. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Armless. And yeah, you can go next.
I'm. Oh no! You cursed me, Josh. We gotta take it from the top again.
Okay, no.
I'm Mike. I play Mark Putty, a clumsy adept who talks to the system. Ooh.
Hello, I'm Trevor. I play Astro a lucky explorer who works for a living.
And I'm Josh, the Winged Badger Game Master. I play everybody else, but I'm dressed as Captain Chet. Oh, didn't we start with Tom?
No, you started over here this
Oh.
time. You
I
did
never
the first
got
time
my-
over there, but you didn't
I
this
never got
time.
my reboot.
I guess we have to
The
restart.
spin-off got canceled before you got pulled into the season. It's like
It is okay, guys. I'm T-Sab, who plays Ronan Voss. I'm a tongue-tied explorer who sailed beneath the Jolly Roger. Right back to you, Josh.
Hey. All right, great. Let's begin adventure. Let's just start this again here, which means that, as I was saying the first time, we're in the ship's cafeteria, the mess hall. Ronan Voss, our ship's cook. It is the end of dinner time, and as the plates are being collected and things, there's a weird energy in the room. People know that something's coming. You've been, I think, probably passing around some covert invitations, right, to this event that's going to be happening this evening. And for those of you listening or watching who have not been keeping up with our story, we've had a bit of an emotional roller coaster here with our friend Mark Putty and his relationship and tensions with ensign engineer Kyle Smith, who actually came to make peace a little while ago, and they sort of came to an understanding, but also like they kind of want to play the game anyway. And so they've also not really told anybody this. So as far as the rest of the ship knows, this is still high tension. And as everyone clears out, Ronan, how do you sort of encourage people? How do you're running the event, right? So walk us through how you get everyone down to the holodeck and everything kind of ready for them.
Ronan's gonna, as he's cleaning up, I would imagine that people are kind of sticking around, like people aren't really getting up. They know what's coming next, and he's gonna kind of keep an eye on that to see when which people are gonna be sticking around, which people are gonna be leaving. After a little bit, he's gonna go ahead and turn some lights off and kind of make it like a light that maybe people know is like or can see visually, but might be like that is a signal. Like Ronan is now.
It's like now head down to the holodeck.
I'm signing off. You know what's next. Like pops those lights off and he throws a towel over and he starts walking towards the door. And I guess in that motion he kind of motions everybody to kind of get him to follow.
Yeah, you step through the door and into the hallway, and leading the way is not accurate. They don't want to make it obvious on the ship security footage that there's this kind of underground fight ring thing happening. But you make your way down to the holodeck, which is perfectly normal. Anybody can access the holodeck. And you get there. Basically, you're there first to kind of set up the space.
Right.
When you arrive, Kaya Smith, the ship's botanist, is there waiting for you. She's still got her lab coat on. She's clearly here straight from the Arboretum where she's been working on the trees and plants and things, but she's here now kind of making an appeal to you. And as you walk in, she goes, well, you cannot let Kyle destroy Mark Putty. He is so much stronger than Mark. You have to make sure that however you design this game, it's got to be no contact. Okay, haptics or whatever, that's fine. But like, if Kyle hits Mark, he will die. He will perish.
I 100% believe you in that. Kaya, do you realize that this is going to be a virtual battle?
That's great. I just needed to make sure. All I knew is they were fighting, and I was not about to let my brother destroy another crew member.
I wouldn't let that happen.
Great.
I would never. Like I think we all know what the stakes and what the consequences would be if that would happen.
In that case, 75 galactic credits on Kyle.
Ronan's just gonna pop it right into his pocket, no questions asked.
Excellent.
Right into the pouch.
And over time, more of the crew members arrive. It is customary for these kind of underground fights for the fighters to arrive last. And so as the group kind of fills in, Astro, will you be attending?
Unless Astro's asleep. Or
Fully asleep?
trying to sleep.
Okay. Astro
He's
is not...
completely like out of his unaware of what day it is.
Great. Astro is fully asleep and therefore probably not in attendance.
Noticeably absent at dinner because he's usually,
And probably noticeably absent from this fight since it was partially started in defense of Astro.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
The ship's crew have all listened, those of them who are allowed. Obviously, none of the crew leads know about this. Like our chief engineer, our chief scientist, none of them know. The bridge crew are all up bridging. So it's really the research crew, the engineers, and Ronan Voss who are present here. And Mark, as you walked out, describe the walk from your bunk room to the holodeck for us.
He has very sweaty palms. I know that for sure. He's walking down. He's trying to figure out how he's going to play the dynamic and the tension, because I think Mark is aware that people are partially excited about this because it was a genuine conflict, and now it's supposed to be more of a friendly match. So I think Mark is in his head trying to figure out how he's going to pretend that he's still mad at Kyle when now he has conflicting romantic feelings.
Oh, no. Is Mark bringing Jackie?
What? Oh, for sure.
Okay, so Jackie, you're present as they're walking down the hallway.
May I suggest a potential piece of advice?
Sure.
I've read in documentation that it is customary upon fights among the crew or local attendants that usually there is some sort of betting going on. If you feel confident in yourself, I suggest you put some credits on yourself. That way, you get ahead financially and mentally.
Mentally? Just because I won?
Well, yes, I would assume that you're trying to win to feel better. That's
Okay.
what most humans are doing, right?
Winning to you keep throwing me curveballs, Jackie.
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I wasn't planning on playing baseball.
I think I could put money on myself. That's a very good thing. Could you try and I'm gonna pass you off to Ronan for the fight.
Oh.
If you could talk to him and like put down.
Do you want me to help in any way in your fight?
No, I got this, Jackie. Trust me. I'm pretty good at this game.
All right, I'll watch from the sidelines and judge silently.
Yeah, thank you. Put down like 50 credits on me.
From your bank account?
Yeah. Well, you don't have money, do you?
No.
Okay. Yes, that's from my bank account. I'm gonna transfer you. I don't give you access to my bank account. I sending you credits to give.
Through the onboard ship's
The ship
credit
ACH system.
We have an ATM.
We'll figure it out.
Venmo for the inquiry. I have created an account.
Thank you.
I do not believe this is technically against terms of service. Is this okay?
How is this against terms of service?
Well, it explicitly states that AI are not allowed to own their own accounts.
It's probably fine right now.
Understood. We'll ignore terms of service in the future.
Damn it.
Oh, wait. Is this one of those quote-unquote nuanced things?
I think it's a thing. Yeah, I'm just asking you to put $50 down.
Okay.
It's fine.
I have received 50 galactic credits.
Oh,
The door opens and you walk into the holodeck room. Kyle Smith, the ship's ensign engineer, is already here. He's on the other side of the room, sitting casually. He sees you come in. He looks up at you and he just gives you the stare.
Oh no, that puts.
He is physically taller than you.
For a moment, Mark questions if he was really serious about that whole apology.
Or just
earlier.
trying to get in your head.
Yeah, he's just now the anxiety's ruling. It's like, okay, no, I'm actually a little scared. I try and put on a nasty face back to him.
Mark, are you okay? You seem to be making some sort of contorted face of pain.
I'm angry.
You hand off JAQLINE to Ronan.
Yep.
Ronan,
Hello.
the game is MME. Specifically, it'll be MME 3, Slam Down versus Cooked. The Marshall Manley Expo Edition 3. I have here the rules of MME, Slam Down versus
Let's
Cooked.
go.
I'm going to leave one for Mark. I'm going to keep one for me. There's one here if the players need to reference, but since you guys aren't in the match, I didn't print you. I didn't have that much paper.
I definitely need the rules if I'm like.
However, as you walk into the room, the energy definitely starts to pick up because as you arrive, it's like, okay, it's time, and Ronan takes JAQLINE, walks over to the side and pushes a button, and the holodeck kind of roars to life. And we get this moment where it starts out as this big white room with kind of LED lines through it, and then kind of materializing out of the holograms, you get the main menu, which on a holodeck, the main menu is completely immersive of MMA 3 Slam Down versus Cooked. And so a ring appears around you and Kyle. The crowd, the people who are in attendance are getting all excited. They're getting hyped. The lights go down outside of it. Spotlights illuminate on you. Outside of the ring, you see these big walls holographically shoot up, and then the environment around the ring is one of the scene select options. And so Tyler, I'd like you to choose the environment in which this one-on-one match will happen. MME 3 Slam Down versus Cooked has an obvious 1v1 special mode where it's you're out after the wrestling night, there's some fight in the parking lot, you know what I mean, and a referee discovers you and you have the fight. So it's you're in some kind of venue other than a traditional fighting ring. I'd like you to tell me where they are. Where's the fight happening?
It's going to be happening in an abandoned parking garage.
Abandoned parking garage.
Dope.
That's dope. There's flickering fluorescent lights on the ceiling. You hear that little bzzz of just the hum of the HVAC materials and stuff. There's maybe 2 cars, and then the ring, so to speak, is formed with 4 of the concrete supporting pillars of the garage, and stretched between them is caution tape. To make the boundaries of the ring. And then there's a fuse box on one wall. I mean, it's there's supposed to be environmental things you can play with in there. And so, if you kind of think of it and bring it into existence during the match, you have that improv freedom. In addition to that, there's a day-night cycle. Trevor, is it day or night?
Night.
Absolutely, it's nighttime. A dusky blue sky outside. And as the ring appears around you, the next thing that appears is the character selection screen. I have here 9 options. And as you look at the menu, I'm going to read them to you, and I'll tell you the level you have to roll to hit the character and nothing else about them. Okay, so we're gonna go on vibes here.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna have the party also choose for your opponent, so that you know I'm not balancing it in his favor or anything.
All right.
So here are the characters as the main menu screen of MME3 Slamdown versus Cooked appears. Flex Capacitor, Wayne the is a 4 to hit, a level 4 to hit. Wayne the Asteroid Johnson is a 4 to hit. Slam Shady is a 4 to hit. Gamma Ray Mysterio is a 5 to hit. Bulk Brogan is a 3 to hit. Taker Under is a 4 to hit. Rick Solar Flare is a 4 to hit. The Martian Menace is a 3 to hit. And Voidwalker is a 6 to hit. So I'll read the names again now.
I was really hoping. I forgot the paper isn't this one.
Just to clarify, when you say to
Instead of the
hit,
rock.
is that
like you roll an attack, it's a level 4 task to hit. So
so
target
this
roll
is their
12.
defense?
Yes, essentially.
Okay.
We've done away with, I'll explain some of this too when we get started. We've done away with like the stat pools to make the rounds faster so that you don't have to deplete 3 stat pools. So they have set HP and you're going to roll to hit and then you roll damage when you hit them. Is the way it works.
Oh shoot! Can I hear the names one more time?
Yeah, I'll go backwards.
Thank you.
Voidwalker, the Martian Menace, Rick Solar Flare, Taker Under, Bulk Brogan, Gamma Ray Mysterio, Slam Shady, Wayne the Asteroid Johnson, Flex Capacitor.
Oh shoot! I like the sound of Voidwalker.
Voidwalker? Voidwalker is a level 6 to hit. Here are the stats for Voidwalker. Now you have on this card, you have a speed, a damage, and an HP. And the way that our rounds will work, I'm reading this right off the rules here, is each turn you will choose your action secretly, and then you will roll speed, and so will Kyle. And whoever rolls the higher speed, their action happens first. It's kind of like a Pokemon duel. The faster player does their action, like reveal their action and you resolve it. There might be rolls or whatever. And then the slower player reveals their action and you resolve. There are special rolls in this game. A critical 20 to hit, your opponent has to roll a task against flinching and missing their next action. On a nat 1 to hit, you hurt yourself and you miss your next action. And you get 1 recovery roll per match, just like normal Cypher characters. So you have like a rest action, essentially. Each character has a light, medium, and heavy move and their core move set. And then you have a stunt, a special, and a slam down move. These are like different, some of them have to be like charged up and stuff like that. What I did not put on here is the appearance of your character. That is entirely left up to you. And I want you to be able to flavor that however you do. You can do the same thing with the actions when you attack. You'll already know if you hit or not when you narrate the combat. So you can flavor those actions however you want, as long as you tell me, oh, it's a light jab or whatever the attack is, so I know it's light, medium, heavy, stun, slam down, that kind of thing. I'm going to lay out the other character names on the table here for you, and you're going to decide who Kyle is going to play. Balanced is too strong of a word, but I've done my best to make sure that all of them are like viable and fun to play with, so you don't need to worry too much about like, oh, if I get the wrong one, I'm gonna ruin, it'll be over in 2 seconds or whatever.
I mean, I was vibing with Bulk Brogan.
Bulk Brogan
is a vibe.
Can we look at these, Josh?
Yeah.
You can look at the names, just don't pick up like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was my preference.
Which one?
Bulk Brogan.
Bulk Brogan?
That's just such a good name.
Bulk
I was kind of also the Taker Under.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
That's what I like. I like the Taker Under.
Okay, Taker Under's good.
I would like to place a bet.
You.
Yes.
Bet. You have money.
I do now.
I'm not going to ask. 50, you said?
50, yes.
Done.
All right, I'm placing it on Mark to win.
And I guess I don't know how he's going to get the money from. I guess it would be like just electronically transferred. I don't know how that works.
I have a Venmo now.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
This is my ship Venmo, ID number X244.
I feel like Ronan's just gonna shake his head and maybe pull the device up himself and just hand it. And I'm imagining Jackie can just be like
This is one of my secrets.
Did we choose the matchup?
Yes.
Who is it?
Take her under.
Take her.
Take her under.
Yeah.
Kyle, so you take your time probably looking over your options and flicking through the characters. Kyle walks up and immediately is like, bloop, and selects take her under. The lights in the room dim a little bit, and
We already did that.
the ones outside.
Sorry.
And then your haptic vest and like suit that you're wearing, like the motion control suit that you're wearing, like powers up. And so each of them lights, it's kind of like Tron lights, where it's just like lights that run through the suit that they're wearing. And what happens is the ring divides into 2 rings. So we have in front of Mark Putty, there is a holographic of Take Her Under. And in front of Kyle, there is a holographic image of Voidwalker. And so you'll be fighting the hologram, and the haptics will deliver like the feedback of the hits and things like that. But all of the other concerns, like if we turn off gravity or whatever, all that stuff is simulated properly by the holodeck. It's just that instead of hitting each other, you're hitting the hologram, and then that damage is being passed off in a non-damaging way to the other person.
And does that mean everybody in this holodeck is considered in the stands?
Yes.
And only
You're in the parking garage environment,
Yeah.
like looped around them. It's just that it looks different to everyone depending on where you are in the room.
Right.
Like the holodeck is projecting what you need to see where you need to see it.
Cool.
Like one of those
Okay.
Unreal Engine
Yeah.
film
But
volumes.
to them, it looks like they still have the-
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
But to them,
That's
it looks
cool.
like that.
Yeah.
So those things begin to power up. And is there any moments we need to play out before we begin the match here?
Ronan, can you plug me into the holodeck so I may create a AI version of myself in the crowd?
Jackie, I don't know if that's such a good idea.
I just want to be present.
And you can be present. I just don't think plugging you into anything on the ship right now is the best idea.
I learned that procedure isn't always meant to be followed.
You're right, which is why I'm not following your procedure. Now, you can stand with me, or you can sit next to Ivan.
That's a great way to say it.
Anything else going on before we get started? Astro, you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Mark Putty, anything you do to like prep yourself before the game begins?
I give myself some really encouraging little slaps on the face. I chug a very intense energy drink and splash some on my head.
Nice. The crowd is going nuts.
Gatorade.
They're so excited.
I scream at Kyle, Putty, you dishonored my friend. I can't let that stand.
I'm gonna knock you senseless.
You're not.
Start the match.
You're not, though.
All right, and then Ronan's gonna kind of calm everyone down, make sure the crowd's all focused. Is everybody ready? Putty? Kyle?
Yes.
Onward, boys.
And then a little NPC outside the ring finds you.
anyone was left. You're not local. Even better. Ladies
And the commentator kicks in.
you're here for the expo of a lifetime. This is MME Slamdown versus Cook. And tonight we may just be looking at the matchup of the century.
Your characters walk out and begin hyping themselves up. Talk to us about, actually, I'll do Take Her Under first, and then you tell us what Voidwalker looks like. Take Her Under steps out. He's this huge built, muscular guy. He's got on a tank top, and he's got on like the like black jeans that have like the chain metal like woven into like a stripe of chainmail down the sides. He's got on the combat boots, and then he's got over one shoulder is just a shovel, and he's got a tombstone that he sits down on as he and the crowd goes nuts behind him. Then he stands up and kicks the tombstone over backwards, and it leaves a grave empty in the ground between him and you as he turns around to look at you. And then we see Mark Putty.
You see Voidwalker, who comes out from behind the shadows. He emerges like a black pudding coming out from the shadows of the ring. And you see he comes up and his form comes, and he's got really tight leather black pants that go all the way down. He's also got spiky black boots. He has a black cape that goes into a cowl and a hood and a mask that goes over his face that has ruffles. A lot of people think that he's a cheap knockoff of the Taker Under, but he's actually the superior choice. And
If you look at the movement animations,
it's really not. It's not a good. It's just a reskin, but it's not. He's way better, and he starts bleeding foggy smoke out of every pore of him. and he coughs.
Amazing. So we're going to roll our speed tasks. This is just an opposed roll. Kyle got a 4.
I got a 2.
You got a 2.
No.
Kyle's going to go first. And as the round begins, the two of you kind of, bow up to each other. And then Kyle's going to deliver just a medium uppercut. Boom! Oh. Let me roll to hit you. What's your to hit level?
6.
So he misses. That's
Okay.
he got a 13, so that's not going to hit a level 6. That's an 18 on the die he needs.
Nice.
So he deals like this medium uppercut, and you just like fade out into smoke away from him.
Yeah.
Kind of like pulse backwards, and then it's your move. What do you do?
I dodge a thing and I do a little chuckle. You could never touch this. And I use my expanded moveset stunt. Lost in the void, and you just see a black swirling smoke go around me, and I now have a bit of a shield. If I'm not hit
I
this
can't
turn,
believe you just did that.
I gain 1d6, I think it says. Yeah, 1d6 of shield HP.
Nice.
That's a 4, baby.
Excellent. That brings us to the next round. We're going to decide our moves, and then we'll roll our speeds. Kyle got an 8 on speed. He's going first unless you beat an 8.
Only have a d4.
Okay, so you are definitely not going first. Kyle's going for the heavy attack. He's going straight for the throat punch as your little shield appears here. He's going to roll to hit you. He needs an 18 on the die. That one fell off of the tray. He got a 10. It's not enough. He goes for the throat punch, and you again kind of void backwards and dodge him.
Of course I do.
Talk to us about your move.
You can't touch this. I also do a heavy attack.
Let's go.
He goes in. It's going to be like a heavy slam. He goes in to try and reach through his chest and grip his heart.
Amazing.
Yes.
That's a level 4 to hit. You need a 12 on the die.
3.
No.
3. It's not going to do it. A lot of dodging, a lot of successful evasion happening here in this first round of combat. As a lot of moving. Yeah, exactly. Like move mechanics, just like very standard dodges. In between really cool attack animations. Like all of the money was spent on the attacks, and all the dodges are really basic, like little leans and stuff like that. All right, I'm going to roll speed for Kyle. I know what his next move is. Kyle rolled a 7.
2.
A 2. Kyle rolled a 7. He's going for it. Kyle is going to mark the grave. Taker Under draws a line on the ground in front of him. And the little holographic grave opens up in front of him. And then what's Mark's move going to be?
I was going to do a heavy again.
Okay. He's a 4 to hit, so you need a 12 or higher on the die.
Let's go.
17.
A 17. You see him like charging something up. Like you can tell this attack is something that stacks over time, and you leap right over and hit that heavy attack. Describe it.
He goes in. I do. It's almost I spammed it again, but I went in to try and do the grab a heart. But this time I did it from a jump move set, and so I go up and I leap down and I go reach in from like his collarbone and go to squeeze into his heart and like his esophagus and junk all at the same time.
Roll damage.
Okay.
He's not getting up from that one anytime soon.
I love
Plus
it.
1 to damage. I get a d20 for damage, and I rolled a 10 plus 1.
11 points of damage.
Wow.
That's why he only has 6 HP.
Yeah.
11 points of damage as you reach through his body and choke him from the inside of his throat. The crowd is going nuts. They're watching this combat happen. You see, those of you who can see Kyle are seeing a little bit of concern in his eyes, but of course the holographic Taker under his face is pretty expressionless because that's kind of his deal. He's going to roll a d8 to see his speed for the next round. A 7.
Can't beat it.
He's going for the slam down.
The slam.
He's going for it. You're right there grappling him. You're nearby. He's going to go for it. He's going to roll to hit you. And with an 8, he doesn't get it.
Yeah.
He's panicking going for this. Dude, you might get a perfect match in this first round here.
Yeah.
Come on, bud.
As the fight continues, we move to Mark Putty's move. What are you up to?
I'm also going for a slam.
Going
down.
for the slam down.
So I'm gonna go for that
Okay, roll to
finisher.
hit. 12 is what's necessary on the die.
Oh, 9.
9. You do not hit him. You go for the slam down, but in doing so, you let go of his throat, and he uses like a dodge attack to like get back out of the way. And that's going to bring us to the next round. D8 for move order. He got a 5.
Don't matter.
Okay, so he's gonna go first, and he takes this this round to rest. He's gonna roll his recovery die, which is a one of these. You can only do it once per match, so it's not like he can keep spamming it. Oh, rip that die.
Band-aids are for wussies.
He rolled 1. He recovers 1 hit point.
This will be your end.
Taker Under draws like a spirit out of the ground and it like absorbs it, and that's the like animation for him healing and recovering. And that's your move.
I'm gonna go for a slam down once again.
Okay, go for it.
Let's go. 4.
Not gonna hit.
Get it together, buddy.
You got this.
He's going for. Well, I guess we need to roll. See who goes first.
grapple him.
Oh, for the love of God.
He got a 2 on speed. You might go first this round.
Got a 2.
Oh, you got a 2 as well. Roll again.
Yep. Got a 1.
Okay. He definitely goes first this round.
Yep.
He's going to go first, and he's going to attack you. And he got. It's an 11. He needs an 18 to hit you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he just can't get through those defenses. He attacks you, and it doesn't matter. He misses.
I do a massive combo trying to lead up to yet another slam down.
Let's go.
Okay.
I do a thing. I get like behind him. I do the kind of shadow. I dip into the ground and I pop up right behind him. And as I go in to try and make that hit,
Sick.
Tear his spine out.
that's cocked on the wire. 15! Yeah! 15!
Yeah.
You hit him for the slam down. Go ahead and roll damage. He is going to use his special ability, which is a reaction that will minimize some damage, but we'll see what your damage is first because it may not matter.
Damage roll twice.
Come on.
Let's go.
It's a 15.
Oh,
First
goodness
one.
Dude,
gracious.
it's over. It's over.
And a 16.
Oh
31
my gosh.
damage.
His reaction takes off 3 points of damage.
Okay.
So as you go for that final hit, a tombstone floats out of the ground and then crushes on impact and like takes away 3 of the damage. You see like a little -3 float next to him, but it doesn't matter because you just boom slam into him. He only started with 15 hit points, so that is enough damage in one round.
Let's
You
go.
take him
Absolutely.
down.
Yes.
Encompassed in shadow, pulled into the dirt. We have a 3-minute-long cutscene.
That's it. It's over. Ladies and gentlemen, a galactic KO. What an expo.
And we go back to the menu for round 2.
That fight was out of this world.
I was assuming we're doing a set.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Same characters, different characters, or different characters, and pull these 2 out of the rotation.
Pull
I
those
think,
2 out.
I
Okay.
think that, yeah.
Pull them out of the rotation. This time I'm going to let Kyle choose first because he lost the last matchup. So actually, let's see. Chat, who do you want Kyle to be? I'll read them to you. Flex Capacitor, Wayne the Asteroid Johnson, Slam Shady, Gamma Ray Mysterio, Bulk Brogan, Rick Solar Flare, or the Martian Menace.
Ronan, can you please hold me up and aloft?
I'll read them again for chat. The Martian Menace, Rick Solar Flare, Bulk Brogan, Gamma Ray Mysterio, Slam Shady, Wayne the Asteroid Johnson, and Flex Capacitor.
Crafty and Harmless agree on Slam Shady.
All right, Slam Shady it is. Kyle will be playing Slam Shady, and it's another instant. He knows who his next one is, and he looks genuinely pissed now. Any thoughts of your forgiveness or friendship, like his expression has wiped them off of your face. As we bring to your moment of decision, here are the
Everybody
character
knows
names.
Voidwalker is a cheap character to pick.
Gosh, you
He's impossible to hit.
Everybody knows Voidwalker's a bit character. You can't.
Mark, before he picks the character, you see that he was about to pick Slam Shady before Kyle went beep, 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 right over top of it. Looks over to Kyle, and now he's wondering if he's going to ruin yet another friendship by being way too good at this game again.
Again, he ruined a friendship with this game
I
before.
go way hard
This
on
is
this
why
game.
Mark has no friend.
I take
We
it
have
very
canonically
seriously.
established that he owns every game in the MME series.
Oh,
I do
yeah.
love this.
Yeah.
We are going to go with Mysterio. Gamma
Ray Mysterio.
Let's go.
Here you go.
Oh, yes.
I also wonder if, based on that last one, I loved the idea of a combo leading to the slam down. Should the slam down require a hit the last round before you can use it? Does that feel fun?
That feels
Like,
fun.
but you
That feels fun
you
to
actually have to
me.
make the contact.
Yeah, just to like avoid you getting the instant awesomeness. Leo, what's the biome this time?
All right. This time they're going to face off inside an abandoned apartment building. The walls are destructible. The doors are destructible.
Nice.
So it starts off with a very like.
So the ring is like an enclosed apartment, basically,
Yes.
but they can slam through the ceiling or the floor or whatever. And,
Oh
like,
yeah.
that's amazing. I love that. Okay, so we've got that as the environment. Tyler, day night.
I'm still gonna go nighttime. Still.
Okay.
I think nighttime's the way.
Trevor, should we modify gravity?
Yes.
Okay, how much? More or less?
Less.
Less. Excellent. So everything is zoomy, floaty. You know, I'm not going to modify the like rolls or anything, but just less gravity for the flavor of it. And so it goes that we find ourselves at the beginning of the next matchup. Again, same thing. You kind of like wake up on the floor of this apartment. You see the referee who's outside of like the MME ring or whatever.
Well, didn't think anyone was left. You're not local. Even better.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're here for the expo of a lifetime. This is MME Slamdown versus Cooked, and tonight we may just be looking at the matchup of the century.
And then one of the doors is just kicked down as Slam Shady enters the ring. He kicks in through like the bathroom door. Behind him, you see 3 scantily clad people pulling the shower curtain around him as he pulls down a visor cap. And then the door, you know, the like broken door, he like leans it up behind him, winks out at the crowd, and everyone goes nuts. He's like a like normal medium, like Eminem's Slim Shady era, except with the visor cap on all the time. Perma visor cap. And that is what he looks like. And then we see Mark Putty enter the scene. Gamma Ray Mysterio, what's he like?
You see a spaceship, like a typical flying saucer, enter floating, and it blasts a bit of neon green light onto the stage, and out of it materializes Gamma Ray Mysterio. He's got very big, blocky sunglasses that have flashing lights. He's got a bedazzled jumpsuit, and he's doing little finger guns, and each time he does it, little lights are coming out, and then he does like a whoop, and it's just like an eruption of a laser show right behind him, and he points a little laser gun beam at the head.
That's
awesome, Slam Shady.
Amazing. And so we enter our first round. Decide your move and roll your speed.
Shoot.
I've got a speed of 6 for Slam Shady.
All right. Oh, shoot.
Blast him with your lasers!
I rolled a 4.
Okay. Slam Shady is going for the forehand slap. That is a 13 to hit. Does a 13 beat your...
Does not. I've got a difficulty 5.
Okay.
There
So
you
he
go.
goes for the slap and you dodge it. You just like lean, like Matrix dodge.
Heck yeah. I was going to start with another heavy attack.
Okay.
So we're
Gamma Ray Mysterio's going heavy.
Gamma Ray Mysterio. 8d8 math. Only a 1, but it's a +1 for the heavy.
Was it a nat 1 though?
Huh?
Is that a natural 1 on the die?
Well, that was for my damage dice.
Oh, did
you
you roll
gotta-
to hit him yet?
You gotta roll to hit him.
Oh, that's right. Only a 3.
Okay, so you don't hit him.
Dang.
You go for the attack, and Slam Shady dodges by doing like the like he dabs to the side and gets out of the way. And that will bring us to the next round here, in which I will require a speed roll. I only got a 2 for Slam Shady.
I got an 11.
Yeah.
Nice. Gamma Ray Mysterio is in there.
He's gonna do his stunt attack star sequence.
Ooh.
So you see me do like a weird little crouch, and it's like a little back up, forward, back up, and you see it's like a bit of a charge up. And so next turn, well, if I'm not hit this turn,
Then something cool happens.
Yeah.
Amazing. So he's like charging up in front of him. I'm rolling to hit. It's
Saiyan.
definitely not going to hit. So you make it through this round. You're charging up successfully. This is looking like a rough matchup for Kyle here. You might just tank this guy. Okay. So there's the charge up and the dodge, and then we get to the next round. So I'm going to need some more speed rolls.
Is this a best of 3?
Best of 3 or best of 5. If it goes really fast, I might make it best of 5 because it's more fun. But it doesn't really matter. We didn't establish it canonically beforehand, so we can tweak that if we want to. Okay, I've got what was this? A 4 for.
I got a 6.
You got a 6. All right, you go first.
So we my star sequence allows me to get some extra speed this turn, so I get to do 2 attack rolls.
Okay.
I believe I'm reading that right. So we're gonna see. Right. Gotta roll for hit first.
You rolled a hit, yeah. Yep.
Only a 7.
Okay, that one does not hit.
A 2.
No.
See me flashing around, but I'm not hit. I'm going too fast, and I can't land my things. It requires very particular spacing to pull this off.
You are attempting really hard to like nail the spacing and everything. He stands exactly stock still and just leans a little bit so that you can't hit him. And then just as you you pause to like catch your breath and retarget on him, he's going to use his special move, which has a 1d3 recharge. He fights dirty. He's going to spit into your eyes. You miss the next turn, and you're hindered by 1 step on the turn after that. This requires a d6 instead of a d3 to recharge. So I'm going to use this d6 here to track it. So let's see where we're starting. Only 1 turn to recharge his dirty move. So you miss your next turn. Just, spits in your face. And
Stuck in the animation.
Yeah, exactly. Stuck in the animation.
I can't believe he just did that.
And then the next round, since you miss your turn, it doesn't matter speed, so he's just going to roll to hit you. That's the roll to hit you. He misses this round, so the next turn after that is going to come up, and he's going to roll to hit you. Sorry, this one is speed. We need to oppose speed because you're just hindered by a step. This is an 8 speed for this round.
I rolled a 10.
Okay.
Is D20 speed?
Yep.
Okay, so you still go first. Your attack roll is hindered.
Okay. Then it's just gonna be another medium attack.
Okay.
That's insane.
Roll to hit and then subtract 3, basically. Or it's like a difficulty 5, target 15. 10. You're not
Son
able
of
to
a
hit. It's
gun.
still like cleaning out your eyes and everything. It's like, I can't believe he just did that thing, and he misses his attack on you. Slam Shady is going to do his attack back at you. He rolled a 12, and you're hindered by 1 step this turn on the attacks. So that would be, you're a 15, right, to hit normally? So a 12 is going to hit the level 4. So he finally, first time all night that he's hit you, he's hitting you with his heavy attack. That's an over-the-shoulder slam. Slam Shady scoops you up and just like, boom, like almost suplexes you down. And that's going to deal, where's my damage die here? A d8 of damage.
Don't even bother. I'm going to do my special attack, which when hit, I roll with the attack, negating the damage entirely and gaining a free light attack.
Nice.
As I throw it off. So he goes to slam me down, but you see as he does the animation, I roll over his back and do like a double fist to the back of his head.
Insane.
Or try to. 15!
Yeah.
15, that's going to hit him.
Hell yeah. Oh my god, I actually get to roll damage this time.
It's a light attack, right?
Yeah, light attack.
Yes.
So damage -1.
-1, okay. It's 3 on the die.
Okay, so 2 damage. Is he still up?
Yeah.
He's still
He
up.
hasn't been hit yet.
Don't forget to roll your recharge.
As you hit him with the light attack, the momentum of that carries him forwards, and he goes through the window of the apartment complex. Because it's low gravity, it doesn't hurt him to fall, but he kind of like backwards, shards of glass all around him.
Wow.
D3 recharge.
He's gonna feel that one tomorrow.
As he like flies backwards out of the room.
DM?
Yes.
We have a D3.
I
Oh,
assume
roll
it
a
was meant-
d6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
It's a 4.
So that would be a 2.
Okay, interesting.
Yep.
Okay, so 2 turns.
Yeah,
For
2
it.
turns to
One
reset that.
turn. 1 and 4 would be 1. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So it's a 1 for you. Yep. Great. So,
I get it. Okay.
okay, speed wise, he rolled a 1 for speed this next round.
Just an 8.
Okay. So you still go first.
So he's gonna try.
He's kind of suspended outside the window, like in the low gravity. His move this turn is going to be to push off of shards of glass and leap back in because that's like stunt wise.
The one last one, that little light attack counts as a hit, right? So can I try for my slam down?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say you could try for your
do
slam
like a
down.
little
That's cool.
combo.
While he's hanging out in the middle of the hang.
Yeah.
He's floating in
He's
midair.
spiking him.
14.
14 beats a 12. You hit him.
Oh my god.
So it goes. I go in the middle of the air, so I do the double fist to the back of his head,
slammed
and then I
down
come
him
back
like a
down
meteor.
to
It's
grab around his neck
crunch time
and
now.
slam him to the ground.
Insane. So he doesn't get back into the room then. You also leap out of the apartment building and slam him onto the like parking lot in front of it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, car alarms going off. That's insane.
5 plus 1, we get a 6.
Oh, are we doing, was that damage?
With the yeah, that's my damage.
How much?
6 damage.
Okay.
And he's going to roll speed for the next round.
Got my special move
He's got a
there.
4 for speed.
19 for speed.
Dang, you're going first for sure.
I'm gonna.
Oh wait, did he get a move after your slam down?
No.
He didn't take a move, did he?
No.
Okay, so
Oh,
let me
good.
roll that attack. for him.
yeah.
I'm just like, screw Kyle. Whatever. Let's.
John,
Josh.
you're
I
the
know.
GM. You're supposed to know how to roll.
GM doesn't roll in the same versus things. I'm gonna just spin.
There you go. That's why we have it.
So 15.
Oh,
Dang. The first time I bring out the spinner, lesson learned, chat. We're spinning all my rolls from now on.
Spinner of doom.
With a 15, he successfully hits you with another heavy attack. So you slam him onto the ground, and then he's kind of laying underneath you. So he stands up and just lifts you as he stands upwards, and then does like the backbreaker, like drops you down on his knee, and that's going to deal 8 points of damage as Gamma Ray Mysterio takes a backbreaker attack.
Dear God, that was a hard hit.
my health bar is very low. I'm aware of that. Cleo, I told you not to help me in this fight, Jackie.
I'm sorry.
Let's say shit happened here. Get back over here. Get back over here. Jackie, get back on my shoulder.
Yeah, some drunk individual has carried me over to the side of the ring.
Insane.
shiny little guy. Man. Look at this.
So
Okay.
back to that other roll. I was gonna do the stunt to charge up that star sequence again.
Okay, great. So you're beginning to charge up.
Yeah.
You kind of like get up off of the backbreaker and start charging.
Get up off of the thing.
Get up off of that thing. And then he's going to roll his d20 to... Actually, he might not do a d20. He's going to... He's going to use his stunt, which is called Drop the Beat. Slam Shady fakes an injury and falls to the ground, easing attacks against him by 1 step this round. If he's not hit, his attack the next round is eased as he lulls you into a false sense of confidence. So he just drops to the ground like, oh man, that, I tweaked my back or whatever. Like he's faking an injury, falls to the ground as you're kind of like charging up. This next round, you're going to attack him. And if you hit him, it's going to be real bad because your attack roll is eased by a step. So you can hit him real easy. But if you don't, it's bad for you. And that's going to bring us to the next round. Let's roll speed. Speed.
14.
2. So which makes sense for you to go first here.
Come on.
So go ahead and roll to hit him.
I was
Hit him.
gonna do so I get to do attack twice again. 17 on
That's
one.
going to hit.
Let's go.
3 on the other. So only
Okay.
one hit.
Only one of them hits him. But you do hit him.
we
That
do hit
cancels
him.
out his
What kind
thing.
of attack?
There's just a regular medium attack.
Okay.
So it's kind of just like a light speed dash. I just go in like almost 1-inch punch.
Nice.
He's gonna feel that one tomorrow.
Ooh. D8. That's a 6.
6 points of damage. Is he out? 1 hit point left.
Oh
no! With 1 hit point left.
This is so fun.
This is fun. He's gonna fight dirty. He's gonna spit into your eyes.
No!
And you're gonna miss a round. The next turn you miss, and then the turn after that you're hindered by 1 step on your attack roll.
Damn.
I'm gonna roll his d6 for the recharge. You got a 4 this time. So next round it'll count down and so on and so forth. But that's this round, and then next round he's just gonna roll to hit you. He's going for it.
Okay.
He's going for a light attack. He's trying to combo you with the opening that's been created here.
What did he get with his charge up ability?
He was hit, so he didn't get to charge up.
Oh, that's right.
You have to. The stunts are like a risk reward thing.
Yeah,
So if you go a turn without being hit, you get something cool.
I see.
Okay. He's actually going for the heavy attack. He thinks he can finish it because you said your HP bar was pretty low. So he's going for it. He rolled a 17 to hit you. Yeah. He's going for the heavy.
I'm gonna use my.
Well, sorry, that's a 17 minus 1 because it's a heavy attack, so 16.
Still.
Okay.
Still.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my special again.
Oh, you're gonna roll with it,
negate,
get the free attack.
yeah.
Okay, so you roll with the attack, and you interesting.
With my spit eyes.
How about if we hinder the attacks you get here and next round, like because you're still blind, basically.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Sure.
Okay, so we'll hinder the attack rolls by 1.
So I get to try though.
Yeah, you do get to try.
It's a stun cancel. Okay, he's allowed the stun cancel.
Obviously,
it's a
it's a stun cancel.
You
Yeah,
also have a recovery roll.
Spit off and throws it back.
Jake says this round's a nail biter.
So 13 on the die.
13 on the die beats his 12.
Yeah.
You hit him. He only had 1 hit point, which means
Wait.
That's it. It's over.
No,
Ladies and gentlemen,
could've
the
ruined the
Galactic KO. What an expo.
You tell me, players, are we
That
going
fight
for 3
was
out of
out of
5
this
or are we
world.
going for 2 out of 3? This could be over right now and Mark could win, but if you want to keep playing because it's fun.
And what does Kyle want to do?
Kyle stands up. He's like so competitive. He stands 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. That didn't even count. You had me all off balance from the bit character.
Mark is feeling way hype. He's never had like a big crowd. He's been to a few tournaments and stuff, but like he's like kind of tight with these people. What do you say, people? Do you want to see more action?
Ronan's just gonna nod his head and just like yes, there he is.
I believe. Yes.
Fire. It has been lit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, let's do it again.
Let's do it again. We'll
All
take
right,
those
back,
characters
Kyle.
out of circulation.
Kick your
only
ass
4
on that,
more, right?
Kyle.
How many more characters do you have?
I've got 5 more. I made 9 total. Ooh. So I made enough that if we ever wanted to do like a ring, like a last one in the ring type of match, we would have enough of them. So because I figured this game will probably reuse as like if we have to use it again in the future.
Yeah, there'll be a lot more crew fights.
So well, or just for funsies or whatever. If we ever have
back
like a down
3
session, we're like, let's just play some MME. Just go load it up. All right. Our options are players. I'm going to have you choose for... Actually, we still got Chat with us. Chat, I'll have you choose again. Kyle's going to play either Bulk Brogan, Rick Solar Flare, The Martian Menace, Flex Capacitor, or Wayne the Asteroid Johnson. What'll it be, Chat?
What will it be?
Jake says Mark is eating this up.
The fight of the
game a
century
lot.
here
We could
at
We can
MME.
have Mark pick while we wait for chat.
Once more, it's Bulk Brogan, Rick Solar Flare, Martian Menace, Flex Capacitor, and Wayne the Asteroid Johnson. The
warned
problem
it.
is I read all the options
Yeah,
to Chat,
fair.
and so I don't want him to pick and then the
Yeah.
latency like misses them.
You got this, Chat.
Come on, guys.
Come on, Chat, we believe.
Believe in the heart of the cards.
I'll give Chat another 45 seconds, and
The
then we'll let the
asteroid.
play.
The asteroid?
God damn.
We're excited to see the asteroid.
Wayne the Asteroid Johnson.
Damn it. Keep stealing them. In my mind, I'm like, I'm looking for someone called The Paper instead of The Rock.
Bulk Brogan, Rick Solar Flare, The Martian Menace, or Flex Capacitor.
Flex capacitor.
Flex Capacitor it is. Here
Let's
you go. Trevor, what's the biome for this matchup? Round 3 of 5.
The biome is going to be a Final Destination style, so it's going to be in space. And it's
Okay.
just one like blank platform.
Amazing.
Perfect.
cool.
No,
I
Just
love
like
that.
warping through
Yeah.
space in the background.
That's huge. We love that. Okay. So we've got the biome. There is no day-night cycle in space. So instead, what I want to know is occasionally there's going to be a hazard that flies across and like is just like flavor. It might damage them, it might not. Who knows? It'll essentially be something that you trigger. So Tyler, what's the thing that is it a comet? Is it asteroids? Is it just gamma rays? Is it solar flares? Like what's launching into this field of combat occasionally?
Yeah, I would definitely say like either like an asteroid bombardment, just like a couple asteroids come down to a certain area and you look out for. I wanted to get creative, but I think I'd do the asteroid. I think that
Okay.
is the best way to go.
Great.
Makes sense.
You get to trigger this. You will do it after speed is rolled, but before actions are done, you'll go too bad, and you'll hit them with the asteroids. And then I will make them roll defense instead of attacks to avoid the environmental damage. So that's the way that'll work. So you can pick when you do it. Don't be over the top with it, but when it feels fun, you get in there with it. And Cleo, gravity, heavy, normal, or light?
Ooh, we're gonna go with heavy.
Heavy gravity. Amazing. Okay. That brings us to the beginning of the matchup here. And again, out here in space, completely makes no sense. You're hearing everything talk and whatnot. You hear the same referee.
Well, didn't think anyone was left. You're not local. Even better.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're here for the expo of a lifetime. This is MME Slamdown versus Cooked. And tonight, we may just be looking at the matchup of the century.
And this time you come in first. Describe your entrance.
You see a giant cloaked figure coming in. As they reach the stage, they hop over. The cloak falls down. It's just a giant arm and a flexing bicep. And it comes in, and goes. It charges up. You see like some energy as it goes and like does a big release. It's a big energy pulse that comes up.
That's amazing.
How much HP does the asteroid?
Oh, Wayne the Asteroid Johnson has 20 HP.
Nice.
As this is happening, an asteroid zooms in, it picks up speed and heat and becomes a comet before slamming into the ground. On top of it, seated casually is Wayne the Asteroid Johnson, who steps up, jumps to his feet, and does like a hero pose. The crowd goes wild. He holds up what everyone knows to his ear. He holds up the Organics elbow, the name of his slam down move, holds it up, and everyone cheers again. And he gets ready to start the match. And we roll our first set of speed rolls. Why am I rolling a die? I'm spinning.
I forgot to mention that Flex Capacitor has a tiny black Speedo on and
Nice.
like a little, very eccentric, like wig
Wayne the Asteroid Johnson
on top
looks
of the
exactly
hand.
like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. There was actually a copyright scandal, and they had to change the model in future ones.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah.
7 speed for Wayne the Asteroid
Rolled a
Johnson.
3.
No.
Okay, Wayne the Asteroid Johnson is going first. And Wayne is coming out with... He's going with a medium attack. He's just going for it. So we're going to roll the d20 to see if he hits you. What's his level to hit?
4, only 12 this time.
Okay, he rolled a 15. So he does successfully hit you with a... He just comes up to you and hits you with the medium right cross. Just normal punch with a normal arm from Wayne the Asteroid Johnson. It deals 6 points of damage as Wayne the Asteroid Johnson's medium right cross slams into you. And then it is your move.
Rock his world.
Also going into the medium
Flex
attack.
on him.
Only a 4.
No.
He's gonna
not
feel that
enough.
one tomorrow.
Goes in for a big old slap.
And
just dodge
yeah,
back.
Wayne just like ducks. You know, the very standard duck
Just
animation.
crouch, dude.
And we're going to roll speed again.
Rock his world. Rock his world.
Cock.
Rock his world.
7.
Rock
2.
his world.
An inversion. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
We're going to do our stunt attack. So you see the arm just goes and gets like a nice little low thing as it flexes and starts charging up its aura.
Amazing. Wayne the Asteroid Johnson is going for his light attack. He really wants to disrupt you on this. So it is a speed +1 for him as he comes in with a light right cross. That's a natural 20.
Man.
Wayne the Asteroid you start charging up, and Wayne the Asteroid Johnson just like right cross right to the face, disrupts you, and you flinch. You're like so surprised by it that you miss the next round because you flinch from that attack. Wayne the Asteroid Johnson is going to take the opportunity next round to try and give the people what the people want, and you know that what the people want is the Organics elbow. He
I'm
backs
calling
up,
an asteroid
gets
thing
ready.
down, though.
What, sorry?
I'm calling some asteroids down.
Oh,
Though.
are you? Dang. You're coming in with some... you don't get to roll your defense. The asteroids are just going to hit you. He's going to roll a defense. So his defense is against a 4 because that's his level. And he did not succeed. So both of you are disrupted by the asteroids. The asteroids are going to hit each of you for 2 hit points of damage as they slam into the rock face of the asteroid field. They kind of knock him out of the way. They do disrupt the combo. He does not get to give the people what the people want. Yeah, exactly. Everybody goes crazy. The commentator chimes in regarding the
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
regarding the asteroids. And that's going to bring us to the beginning of the next round. So you are again able to roll your speed to see who goes first here.
Punch him in the
7.
throat.
Natural 1.
Yeah.
Wayne the Asteroid Johnson, all crits today.
I'm going in for a heavy attack
Let's
this time.
go.
Okay.
Punch him in the dirt.
Not 20!
Yeah! It
Bringing it
doesn't
back.
matter what he rolls because he's going to flinch and miss this attack. So you hit him.
We go in. It's another big grab. It's a big swoop. I toss him. Well, I grab him, I put him up, and I put him into my bicep, and I squeeze the hell out of him, and he just pops out and hits the ceiling.
That's
barrier.
insane.
Would you call this a seismic flex?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
How much damage?
All right.
He's not getting up from that one anytime soon.
God, I love that. Thank you.
Special shout out to Jake, our
We
announcer.
love you,
much,
Jake.
Jake.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
so sick. Okay. D10 plus 1. Only a 2 on the die.
Only 2
So
points of
3
damage.
Total.
3.
3. That.
3 total.
Yeah, 3 total. And that will bring us to the beginning of the next round. So
Oh, you know what
rolling
time it is,
speed
though.
again.
I think it's
Asteroids
time
again?
for some flying rocks.
Some flying
Oh
rocks
my
coming
God,
in.
this stage sucks.
Defense level
chose this
4, right?
stage?
That's your level? Yeah. Level 4 defense task. And I guess that's a d20. Dwayne the Asteroid Johnson, or Wayne the... Sorry, I don't want to copyright. Wayne the Asteroid Johnson, as we all know, got a 17. That's a success for him.
Okay, great. Oh, I have to. Okay. I'm understanding now. Also got an 18.
There we
Okay,
go.
so this time we're all ready for the rocks. The asteroids come in, and both of you do that like
Perfect counter.
Naruto jutsu step back, where it's like a blur, and you're just like in the same stance but a foot further back. That's sick. And then the round is going to begin. We're gonna roll speed. That's another 1 for speed for Wayne the Asteroid Johnson.
6.
6. Okay, you go first.
I'm going in for the slam down.
Let's go.
Well, your combo's been interrupted. The asteroids interrupt combos.
Really?
Remember, it
Even if I
interrupted
don't
his
get
combo
hit?
going for the slam down on
Dang.
you.
Oh.
Because
Okay.
the combo is you hit him and then
Okay.
you slam down.
All right.
You gotta hit
So
him again.
Okay. Then I was just going for another heavy then.
okay,
I keep forgetting what I'm doing.
No.
nat
Oh,
one.
no.
She give us that she take away.
You attack, and you not only do you miss, maybe you trip over an asteroid like fragment on the ground. You know, you kind of like miss your step. It's like, oh, the flinch mechanic, and you'll miss your next round. That's a really unfortunate timing for you because Wayne the Rock Johnson is showing off some cosmic confidence.
Let's go.
His stunt as he gets the crowd roaring by turning his back to you as you trip. If he's not hit this round, the hurt to morale hinders your opponent's speed roll by 3 points, 1 level next round.
Right.
So your speed roll is -3 next round as we move into the next round of the game here.
I can't believe you just did that.
Looks away from you. And that brings us to the next round here. So we're going to roll speed. Don't forget to subtract 3.
I didn't see. It's technically for the. I don't know if we rolled for the crit. It's supposed to be a difficulty 4 task.
Oh,
to
okay. Go ahead and
flinch.
roll. Sorry.
But I got a nat 1 on my last one, but that was for like.
Then that's one.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
That's my bad. I made up this game. Sorry.
That's okay. But because I got the nat 1, I missed this.
You do
turn.
miss this action.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't hit him
Yeah.
while his back is turned, which means that he's going to. The next time you attack is hindered. Yeah.
Shoot.
This round he's going to attack you, and I guess it doesn't matter about your speed because you can attack. So I'm just going to roll the d20 to attack here.
Yep.
He's going for a medium right cross. No, he'll go for the heavy right cross.
Let's go.
Heavy right cross. He rolls a 12 minus 1 is 11. Does that hit you?
Oh, just barely misses.
All
Yeah.
right. He goes for the heavy right cross, but he, just like the timing doesn't line up. And that brings us to the beginning of the next round.
All right.
All right. Speed roll. Don't forget to subtract 3.
Oh my god. Well then 0.
0. Oof. He only got a 5 on his speed, so unfortunately that still lets him go first. He's coming back in for another attack here. He's going for the light right cross this time. So we're going to roll. He got a 19 on the die to attack you. That is a damage -1. Let's roll his damage. That's an 8 minus 1 is 7 points of damage. As he hits you with the light right cross.
Boy.
The light right. That's what the people call it.
Quite hurt. I will use my reaction. When I
That's
hit,
gotta
I
hurt.
discharge some kinetic energy and zap my opponent for 1 damage.
Okay, he takes 1 point of reactionary damage there. Insane. And then it's your move.
This could be 2. I was gonna, if I had originally in my mind picked a stunt, do I just like not do that, or do I have
No,
the
you can
freedom
do
to
that.
pick
Your
another
reaction
thing?
is a reaction, so you can still do your action for this round.
Okay. Okay. Then I'm going to shoot. I guess I'm going to use my recovery roll.
Okay.
Wait, can I still do my stunt or no? Because I was
You
already
could do
hit
one or
this
the
round.
other. So you get 1 action this round.
Okay,
You've not taken it
But
yet.
since I was already hit, but if that was like,
He
is
gets
that
an
the
action
order?
and you get an action. So you have not used your action.
yeah, but that's
Pick
what I'm
an
saying.
action.
If he's already hit me, can I use the stunt because it requires me to not get hit?
You need to go the next round without being. So his next attack has to miss.
So it's gonna be the next one.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Then I'll do the stunt. We'll go risk it.
Describe it.
I get down. I dig my fingers into the stage, and it looks like I'm tensing up in a weird way for some sort of upcoming dangerous flick.
Insane. We're gonna roll speed for the next round. He got an 8.
That's cocked. I got a 1.
No.
A 1?
1.
He's going first. We're gonna see if he hits you.
Oh no.
Let's see here.
This is getting intense.
This is
so
this is
intense.
another nail biter. I think personally, my nails are bitten. If you ask me, my nails are bitten. He is going for. He's going for that medium right cross.
Okay.
14
No.
hits you with the medium right
I
cross.
think I'm done. Should have healed.
Sometimes it's a fight of attrition. 4 points of damage,
It's just enough.
just enough.
Oh
There you go.
no.
The flex
That's it.
capacitor goes
It's over.
down.
Ladies and gentlemen, a galactic KO. What an expo.
What an
That was a good
expo.
That fight was
I was
out of this
about
world.
to drop Astro the next turn. I was gonna let it go a little bit, and I
Oh,
was like, "All right, here it
gosh.
comes," and then that happened.
The crowd goes nuts. Suddenly he's in it again, and people are like, "Oh, he's coming back. He's got it. He's got his mojo back.
He's locked in."
He's locked in. Exactly. He's locked in.
Lock him in.
Now we're committed to 4 out of 5. So there's
guess
another
so.
matchup
Yeah, we
coming.
gotta do it.
You're on
Let's
match
see.
point. You gotta win one.
We've only got 3 characters we haven't used yet. Do you want to play as Bulk Brogan, Rick Solar Flare, or the Martian Menace?
Shoot. What are the first 2?
Bulk Brogan, Rick Solar Flare, and the Martian Menace.
Harmless says, "Don't let Kyle go for the reverse sweep."
Oh shoot. The Rick Solar Flare.
Rick Solar Flare?
Solar Flare.
Okay, I think that's what chat was suggesting for you too. Chat was like, take Flare!
Oh, look at that. Heck
Sweet.
yeah.
So then, in that case, you're gonna have Rick Solar Flare, and I'm going to take. I'm gonna take Bulk
dun.
Brogan.
Good choice.
A classic matchup. This is actually a replay of the MME Championship in the year 3012. So it's a pretty big deal that like these 2 are the heroes you picked.
How much health?
Chat. What's the biome?
How much health does your character have, Josh?
Bulk Brogan has
Yeah, what-
22 hit points.
Oh no, he's bulking.
He's bulking.
Zoo. Oh, I love this idea.
The zoo, let's go. Surrounded
lion
by,
enclosure.
instead of having a ring or a cage match, you're surrounded by cages that have wild animals in them. The environmental hazard will be that an animal breaks out of its cage and attacks them for a round.
yes.
Cleo, you can trigger the animal attacks. Excuse me.
Normal gravity,
That's that
chat
piece.
says.
Normal gravity. All right. Chat's got the normal gravity
Animals
in
just
there.
gonna float out of the cages at you.
And we're gonna have let's do this one at night.
Yeah.
I think that's fun. Nighttime
Okay.
at the zoo.
Supposed to be there.
Exactly. You're not supposed to be here. Speaking of which,
Well,
every match begins the
what's
same way.
left?
I like the image that we're in the cage and the animals
Ladies
are outside
and
watching us.
gentlemen, you're here for the Expo of a lifetime. This is MME Slamdown versus Cooked, and tonight we may just be looking at the matchup of the century.
To me, you see a weird little guy in like a floating sun capsule, like his own little kind of pod that he's like hovering in. He pushes, you see him like come in, swoop in from the top ropes, push his little levers forward, come in, do like a little spin, and his thing like switches and just goes as the solar flares come out.
Amazing.
Yeah.
On the other side of the arena, you see an insanely tall, muscular, shirtless man wearing like a Tarzan-style loincloth. Pet the tiger in the cage, and then he turns around and lets himself out and closes the cage match behind him. So it's like Buddy the tiger is out there. And he turns and looks out at the crowd here, and he just kisses the bicep and displays it for everyone. The crowd roars. All the cheering and excitement. And that is how he's going to establish himself at the beginning of this match. Yes, Cleo.
There's one thing we forgot to set.
What?
Time of day. But don't
I said
worry.
night.
He said no.
Oh, you did say night.
I did say night.
I'm deaf.
Yeah. You are dead.
Yeah.
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 kill you
He's
all.
gonna roll his speed. He's got a D4 for speed, so he's gonna deal with that here.
Okay.
All right, he got a 4 on his D4 for speed.
I forgot 5.
A 5.
Nice.
So you do go first.
We're gonna. Well, technically, I was gonna do a heavy attack, which is a -1 to the speed.
Okay. So that's a 4.
roll
So they
up.
tied. Roll again.
Go again.
This time he got a 3.
It's a 7.
Okay, so you go first.
All right, so I'm going for the heavy again. We're gonna get in there. Only 11.
Only 11. He is only a level 3 to hit.
Oh.
So you do roll better than a 9. You hit him.
All right.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
So I'm going in there. I'm getting on top of him. I pin him to the ground, and you just see I charge up and start burning him with solar radiation into the ground. 3 + 1, 4.
4 points of damage. Did you roll a hit already?
Yeah.
Yes,
That was-
you did.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
sorry.
yep, I read it
4
at
points
11.
of damage for him.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
From underneath you where he's laying on the ground. I'm gonna roll to see if he hits first and then describe what he does. Just because I think it's gonna be fun. He rolled a 19 to hit.
That absolutely gets me.
He, from underneath of you, you're like slamming this cosmic radiation into him. The crowd's going nuts. And then all of a sudden, you just feel his bicep flex and it lifts you like an inch or two off of where you're trying to pin him to the ground. He stands up like this, like in the strongman pose with you on top of his bicep. And he's going to do his heavy double hook. So he, boom, both sides of you with his hands, slams into the side of you. He's going to roll damage.
I want to play this game.
Yeah, right?
Sounds so sick.
17 points of damage from the double hook. Boom.
What do you mean?
Bulk Brogan has a D4 speed and a D20 damage. You may have noticed that most of the characters are opposing
Yeah.
ends of a spectrum with their speed and their damage.
Oh my goodness.
And that's the hits to Rick Solar Flare this first round.
How much health does he have?
22.
That's bogus. He can just wreck me.
Well, Voidwalker did that.
Oh my god. No, he didn't. He was hard to hit.
It's not the same.
Oh my god.
This game is so cheap. Ugh. I hate this one. I know I picked it, but I hate this one. The lag it's a lag.
The balance is so off on this one.
Shoot.
The chat goes, it's high noon. Okay.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna roll speed, and this round he's going for his slam down, so it's a speed -2.
Oh, I'm also going for a slam down.
Do it.
I rolled an 8. That was
He got a 4 -2 is 2.
okay.
You go first.
Let's do it.
Slam him down.
Slam him.
No.
Is it
No.
Is it a 1? Oh no! You go for the slam down, and instead you take one look at that glistening bicep, and you flinch in awe of it. And then he's going to take his attack, which is also a slam down. He's going to roll his d20.
The devs need to patch this.
Well, they already have in.
That's a natural 20.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Goodbye.
So he definitely hits you.
Deleted.
We're going to roll twice for damage here.
Back to the lobby.
1 HP.
18 on the first hit.
Okay.
And then 18 on the second
I think
hit.
he's dead.
It's just a headbutt.
Implodes
And you were just
the sun.
Yeah, implode into the ground. You go supernova and you just burst in front of him. He turns away from you, holds up the bicep, and the announcer chimes back in.
That's it. It's over. Ladies and gentlemen, a galactic
And
KO.
suddenly the match is
What
2-2.
an expo.
And the tension in the room is mounting.
That fight was out of this world.
Please, for real. Thank you, Jake.
Well, now we give both.
Is it win by
characters-
2?
Sorry?
No.
Is it a win by 2?
No,
or
it's
just
not a win by 2.
Okay.
Okay, there's
one
only
three.
one character left who has not been played yet.
I think we do random.
Ooh.
I respect that.
Final.
I've got
final
9
one.
here, so let's use D10s and we'll ignore 1s. We'll re-roll them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or actually, let's ignore 10s because then we can
Okay.
count the numbers.
Yeah.
So let's do, put that in there. Put
You want
this
me to
in here.
shuffle?
Where's my 10?
Yeah, Trevor, shuffle them. Cleo, you're going to roll a D10 and Tyler's going to roll a D10. We're going to see who the random characters are. And that's a great complication for the last thing here is that it's
I think
random.
It's the only way to do it.
Hold on. Don't say any numbers yet. I'm still shuffling.
Jake's like, we're going for a game 5, ladies and gents. And it's true. As the character selection, I imagine it as like all the characters are like cycling in front of the screen as
Yeah.
the randomizer is choosing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Walk
like
us
the
through
SSX tricky music
before
playing.
You're going to decide for Mark Putty.
Yes.
And you're going to decide for Kyle.
Okay.
So roll your D10s, but don't tell me the number yet.
Okay.
I want you to take us into Mark Putty's mind right now as the tension hits and as the randomizer begins spinning.
Mark Putty feels like he's made a mistake by choosing to go the further distance and go for the 3 out of 5. But he also is feeling like he hasn't been this excited about a game of MME in years. And he takes a peek over at Kyle to see how he's feeling right now.
Kyle he's not looking at Mark. He's looking out at the crowd like, yeah, come on. This is the comeback story. Yeah. He's so hyped that his Australian accent has been replaced by my normal accent. Let's go. Yeah. It's just like full on gamer.
I think Mark sees that and thinks about the wonderful day he had in space and is just for the first time in like this year-long kind of training and all that, really feeling so joyed to be in this place with these people in this moment. As much as he wants to win, he's just happy to have this moment because he knows he's going to remember this forever.
That's awesome. All right, let's figure out who we got. Cleo, what number is Kyle playing?
I can't do a drum roll. Ring 6.
Okay, hand me 6, but don't tell us who the character is. We'll announce them as they step into the ring.
Okay.
So just hand it to me kind of like face down.
Yeah, a little sly, a little subtle.
Yeah, hand it to me on the sly, if you will. Okay, and then now there's actually 8. So roll a d8 to tell. Well, unless your number is.
It is less.
Okay, great. Just use that. 2. We're going to hand Mark Putty number 2 as the randomizer does its decision making.
for me.
Chat, pick a biome for us while we look at
don't
who
look.
we're playing here. Ooh.
Bye.
Chat's thinking about biome. While chat's thinking about biome,
What about the acacia biome? No.
day-night cycle, Tyler.
Ooh, Crafty says TV station.
Ooh, fun.
TV station. Oh, we're gonna go like early morning.
Okay.
Yeah,
TV
like
station,
dawn.
early morning, like red sunrise outside the windows. And then we've got like all the cameras and the big like spotlight beams, you know, coming towards you.
Your morning news.
Yeah, the ring is the different news desks, like the weather desk on one side, and then like the panel
That's
where
cool.
they argue with some pundit over on the other side. It's that's your like your back and forth. And as the as we come up on this scene here, Trevor, low, medium, or normal gravity, or I mean low, high, or normal gravity.
We'll stick with normal.
Normal gravity. The match begins. We'll introduce
Didn't think
Kyle
anyone was
first.
left. You're not local. Even better.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're here for the expo of a lifetime. This is MME Slamdown versus Cooked, and tonight we may just be looking at the matchup of the century.
On one side of the room, one of the cameras is kicked over, and the visor-wearing form of Slam Shady steps back into the ring. Behind him, you see 3 weather girls all swoon as they duck back down behind one of the desks for safety. And then he straightens up the visor and looks across the ring. What does he see? Mark Putty.
You see the alternate animation. You see out the cameras looking around. There's no one at the entrance of the walk-in area. The camera's looking around through the crowd. Is that something over there? You see something move. Is it over there? And you see coming up in front of the camera, rising from the darkness, Void Walker coming back.
The big character.
One more.
Let's go.
What's Slam Shady's HP?
Slam Shady's got 16 HP.
Oh, you win this. You
got
come
this.
on.
Yeah, if Slam Shady can hit you, he might have a chance. But that is the challenge, is he's got to hit you. Okay. We kick things off here with the speed rolls for your first move.
It's on, Chad.
Did you say 4?
4.
He also got a 4.
Hell yeah.
We roll again. We go again.
3.
8. Voidwalker materializes in the center of the ring in this kind of floating mist. Slam Shady knows exactly what to do now. He steps forward and he spits in your eyes. You miss your next turn, and then he needs a D3 recharge, so that's a 1-turn recharge for him. So I'll put that there to track it. And this round, you don't take an action.
No.
As the spit is in your eyes. Yeah, he's found the counter now. He's locked in on you.
No.
The announcer chimes in.
I can't believe he just did that.
I can't either.
We jump into the next round here. He doesn't need to roll speed because you're not attack. Or I guess no, you missed this attack. The next. Wait. I want to make sure I get this right. You're hindered by 1 step this turn, so you can't. You're still going to roll speed normally, and then your D20 attack is hindered, so you -3.
3.
2. So you're going to go first.
I'm going to use my stunt. You see my classic thick black smoke swirling around me. At least getting ready. If I don't get hit this turn, then I get that shield.
Okay. If you don't get hit this turn, then you get that shield, which means that he's going to roll his attack now. It's a 19. It's a 19. That's a hit. Slam Shady hits you. Slam Shady taking advantage of the opportunity. He does land a hit.
It was unavoidable.
And he went for the heavy. He gets you with that over-the-shoulder slam. He lifts you up, and he goes for that backbreaker drop on his knee. The crowd is going wild as we're rolling damage here. He has his damage die is big enough to kill you this round. He has a D8 damage die.
+1.
+1 for the heavy attack.
Oh no!
Tell me when to stop the roll.
Stop.
With 9 points of damage. No! Slam Shady gets that second round knockout on Mark Putty.
He slammed down on him like a meteor. It's crunch time now.
Oh no!
That's it. It's over. Ladies and gentlemen, a galactic KO. What an expo. That fight was out of this world.
The room is dead silent as the hollow fades away, and Kyle and you look at each other across the room, and there's this pause of like, what's gonna happen? Nobody's going to Ronan for their bets yet. Nothing else is going on. There's this moment where you lock eyes across the room, and Kyle walks across the room to you, and he holds out his hand to shake.
Mark looks at him in the eye, looks at the hand, looks at him. Gets the hell in there.
Yeah, that was good. That was incredible. That was That was a 5-round set where we needed all 5 matches. That was a nail biter, people.
And the crowd roars, gets excited with them, and all thoughts of your past enmity kind of dissolved, at least for the moment. The crowd kind of rushes in. Kaya runs up to you. I'm so glad you didn't die. It's just the whole, everybody's kind of present. Ronan is kind of handing out the winnings to different people. Unfortunately, you are out 50 credits that you had Jackie bet on you. But that's the end of the matchup. And it is not the end of the session. So let's debrief a little bit here. Let's follow this. Who should we follow next? I feel like maybe we should pick up with Astro instead of staying here overnight. Astro, you are awoken from your nap by the sounds of cheering roaring down the hallway.
Oh, no.
You wake up and you glance at your clock and you realize what must be happening, that the holodeck fight is happening. What does Astro do?
I'm thinking what he would do in this situation.
Rolls back over.
He'll probably meander down,
Okay.
but he's gonna do it in like sweatpants, which is uncharacteristic of him.
Okay, great. Astro meanders down. The crowd is still there and hanging out, but it takes them a little while to get there, so it's not as full. Some people have begun to trickle off towards their different rooms and jobs and responsibilities. It's late evening. A lot of people are trying to get some sleep, but not everybody. And so as Astro enters the room, there's still a small little posse of people. Julian Brooks is like talking to you about that animation canceling thing you did was amazing. Just to kind of get nerdy about it with you. Kyle is talking to someone else. Who's Kyle hanging out with? Let me see here. I bet Kyle and Sam Nova are talking about it. Sam Nova's over there hanging out with Kyle. You walk in. There's a few other people scattered around the room. You see Ronan in the middle. It is not clear who won. Both sides are being congratulated as you enter the room. And so for the rest of you, you see Astro enter the room of the holodeck here. The door opens and in he comes. And I'm going to hands off the scene. This is all you.
Astro's gonna probably go to Ronan first.
Oh, good morning, I should say.
Hello, Astro.
Oh,
You missed the fight. You missed the action. Where were you at?
after talking with Victor, I just wanted to lay down and rest, as he so unapologetically prescribed.
Understandable. The good thing is that this is recorded, so you can go back and watch this at any point you'd like.
It was a
Too
very
late to
fun
unspeak
fight.
that from existence.
I was breaking the fourth wall there. Like,
You said it at the table. It happened in the world.
no.
He's got low camera.
What happened?
Oh, well, they fought each other, and there was asteroids and super moves and a lot of spit and eyes. Oh, I bet you wonder who actually won. Well,
Yeah.
Mark won and Kyle won. Oh, you want to know who won the most? Oh, that would be Kyle.
And how did they both win then?
Well, it was the best of 5. Mark won the first 2, and then as I heard the crowd over say, it was called something a reverse sweep. And Kyle managed to bring it back the last 3 rounds. It was very fun and entertaining. I didn't know humans had these abilities.
I'm not familiar with the game, so I don't know.
Oh, well, I believe Mark's character turned into a gaseous form at some point and then ripped inside somebody's chest and tried to squeeze their heart directly. These are things humans do, yes?
No.
Astro, it's basically all anything goes wrestling type of game, if that helps.
A little bit.
Oh, so when humans aren't held back by the rules, they can reach into each other's chests and pull their hearts out. Noted. As no one corrects her.
I can't wait for the day that Captain Gamma is like, all right, let's see what you've learned. That's what I mean. All excited to
Jack
praise
is
his
gonna kill
data
somebody
engineer
by
for all the
accident.
help he's given.
Oh,
My goodness. Mark makes eye contact with Astro from across the room. Comes in, be like, "Hey, man, did you get to catch that? What's going on?"
No, I missed it, unfortunately.
Oh man,
I forgot it was tonight.
Well, these guys probably told you, but I'm sorry, I wasn't able to uphold your honor.
No,
but
you're good.
it was a real good time.
I bet.
Yeah.
You should work on Jackie's understanding of human abilities.
What's that?
Oh, what are you talking about?
What's going on, Jackie?
Well, I was just learning so much from the fighting.
Yeah, like how to play the game.
Well, like how humans, when not held back by rules, can reach into each other's chests and rip their hearts out.
And no one corrected her on that. No one said anything. I can't leave her alone for a minute. It's just a game, Jackie. That's not. I mean, technically there is like tiger style, which I think you can grab someone's throat heart with enough pressure and rip out their esophagus, but typically no. Most people can't do that.
Oh, so only some people can do it.
Well, I mean, if with training, a lot of things are possible, but you can't usually reach into some. It's just a game, Jackie.
Simulation.
A lot of things in games aren't very real.
Oh. So parking garages aren't real? I read in my history data sets, those are things.
This is, how did I do, Ronan? Did anyone bet on me besides me? Or?
Ronan's just gonna continue to stop shaking his head and just, honestly, Mark, if you did fine, but the one thing I want to notice and maybe let you know, because maybe you didn't notice, this is one of the first times and longest times I've seen you smile. Was during this fight. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Mark smiled?
You didn't see that?
Sorry, I was too engrossed by the holograms.
Yeah. I guess it was pretty fun. This whole thing's been kind of terrifying, running away from my old life and having to worry about walking in space and dying out here and going through stuff. But this was the most fun I've had in a very long time. Maybe I have to challenge more people to fights and try and win some money back.
It's always open, and you can always just come down alone and just hone your skills. I'm sure you'd enjoy that. I'm sure it'd be a good stress off your shoulders. Clearly, you enjoyed yourself.
Well, yeah, it's my favorite game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it was.
As Mark puts on a little smile, you just feel like at a camera, like, ching.
What?
Huh?
What was that, Jackie?
Yes.
You can't be snapping pics like that. It's a violation of my privacy.
Well, you smiled. I was gonna make you a little portrait and give it as a desk gift.
Mark turns away and cries a little bit.
Love this.
Was that inappropriate? I won't do that again.
No, you please. That's fine. That's very sweet. Thank you, Jackie.
You did good. You did good.
I did good?
You
did great.
All right, I'll take more pictures without people's consent.
Now, hold on.
Right. No.
I feel like you should still have basic rules of common decency somewhere. No, you can't. You can't do that. Ask people permission if you can take pictures of them. There's candid pictures, but then there's like inappropriate. We'll talk about it when we get back to my room.
Waiting for the moment when I'm supposed to be spying on somebody, and then just out of nowhere,
hello, can I take your picture?
Oh man.
Oh goodness. Yeah, I think Mark gives these folks Astro and oh my god, I blanked on your name, Ronan. I think I give them a nice handshake. Maybe he goes in even for like a hug. He goes to like open his arms awkwardly and be like,
Ronan's just gonna put a fist out.
very tries to recover like he wasn't going for that like big boo.
Astro will hug Mark.
Inside, he dies a little bit.
Say, there you go, dad energy.
Amazing.
I feel like Astro does that.
Take an XP for a pretty serious character growth moment of like Mark having some fun, even though this whole thing started out as being really terrifying for him. That's a great little character building moment for you.
Oh my gosh. That's beautiful. So I'm looking at my other arc. We're good. Then I think Mark goes around like tries to like say hi to people, like thanks for coming out as much as his social anxiety will allow. Give one more handshake to Kyle and just head back to his room for the night.
Okay. As you walk out of the room, I'm gonna threaten Astro and Ronan with a GM intrusion together.
Ooh.
So you won't get XP to give away. You'll each get 1 XP for this intrusion.
Yeah,
taking it?
I'm taking it.
The door closes behind Mark Putty and he leaves the holodeck and he walks back towards his room. The door opens to the shooting range on the other side, and security officer Talia Bones steps through it. She has kind of a knowing smile on her face, and the cigarette is lit because the firing range, there's no rules about smoke or anything in there. The cigarette is lit as she walks in. She sees you. Hello. And she puts out the cigarette, puts it back in the little case thing that she carries. How was fight? Huh?
Ronan's gonna kind of. Ronan's clearly looking a little like, flustered here, but keeping his cool, he's gonna look over at Astro and just play the hand. It was a good fight. I would imagine that you heard it on that side, or were your guns too loud?
I wasn't firing. I was listening. It was good.
So it
sounded fun.
You were just sitting there.
No, it was smoke break. You told me not to smoke in other parts of ship,
right,
so I go somewhere
right.
it's acceptable. Now you accepted me for that. How can I please you? What do you need? What do you want from me, man?
There is one thing. You can please me by not repeating anything you've heard, but on the other side of those walls. I'll let you smoke anywhere on the ship. I won't say anything about it.
This sounds like a good deal. She winks so only the bionic eye is looking at you, and then opens it back up again.
Ronan's just gonna nod his head.
We have agreement. She pulls the cigarette right back out. It's like she taps it to the bionic eye and it lights.
Oh, that's really cool. I can't show that.
Right, nah, it is like his fascination. Like,
yes,
what?
This is good. This is good arrangement. You do this often, or just from time to time?
Very time to time. There's every once in a while you need to let off some steam, I guess.
What I'm saying is, if you need occasional security footage get lost, you could say, this is my department. We can smoke in the security room, so I spend a lot of time there.
Talia, you've been. This is the most interesting conversation I think we've had. I think we need to continue this.
It sounds like fun.
All right.
Okay.
I'm with the getting rid of surveillance is what you said. Did I heard that correctly?
I don't know about surveillance. I say any video footage. Perhaps there is fun video that someone bring on their computer that need to go away. Perhaps there is recording from holodeck that need to go. I don't know. But sometimes video footage it go missing, especially with AI offline. These things they do happen.
Is Jackie still in the room, or she's gone?
No,
okay,
JAQLINE's with Mark.
Okay. I'm trying to see if there's a way we can get the recording pulled, but then delete it.
Oh, like for Astro to watch.
Because I don't want to watch it. I want to be nice. Yeah, all right. But like also just to have, because like some memories, there's no way of having like pictures on the ship and stuff like that. So okay, back to it. Let me get back in gear.
I need you to lock in.
So one might say that this fight was recorded, right?
You just said it.
So that being said, I think I would request if you could delete this footage after I pulled a copy off for myself.
Ooh, very dangerous. You keep copy. I suppose you have data engineer working with you, so he probably have somewhere secure to keep it. Yes, I can wait. I wait 24 hours. And then 24 alpha hours in star systems.
And I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
Can you also... is there a way that you can wipe the camera feed from the entrance to the shuttle from this morning?
That sounds like different arrangement.
No particular reason.
That sounds like different arrangement. Probably other trade need to be applied. Perhaps you owe me a favor.
Ooh. You know what? You've done enough. You can take a favor from me.
Okay.
If you can do those things for me, then you have a favor.
I can do these things. And you see for a second, it's like her eyes space out a little bit, but you see little tiny data readouts in the bionic eye, and she goes, interesting. Some kind of ship incident earlier happened with the robot arms, and something damaged the feed from the camera next to the dropship bay. We take a look at it tomorrow. Strangely, no footage from today recorded. So that's She kind of winks at you again. So that's taken care of. Interesting. Yes. Well, I'll let you know if I need favor. And she like strolls out of the room a little bit. As she leaves, you again see the heavy care transport tattoo on her neck from her like past days as a mercenary. She walks past you to the door, and it kind of like closes behind her, and it's just you and Astro in the room again.
What's your beef with her?
Yeah, dude, what's your beef with her? She's so cool.
Astro, as much as she seems to be all goody, I'm still not trusting her, even with the deals that we've just made. Mainly through personal experience. I have a feeling that she and I used to be on opposite ends of the playing field. And I don't think that has changed into the future.
Well, Astro pulls out a flask that he carries in his off time that you've seen before. Takes a swig and...
Much needed.
What a change for Astro to be lounging in his sweatpants, pulling out a flask.
Yeah,
it is.
This is
what
what
a
we
step
need
for the man.
Yeah.
Love that.
Oh.
But yeah, there's just... Although this interaction was the best, most positive we've had, and it does work in our favor, I still cannot put my 100% trust in her because of our differences and our pasts.
That's fair.
Maybe that can change, but I don't plan on doing that anytime soon.
Only JAQLINE was there.
But Ronan's gonna kind of push some more chairs back to the side that people might have left, and kind of clean up the area. Maybe turn the holodeck off.
No,
and
leave it on. I've got something I want to do.
You sounds good. And then he's gonna just kind of leave it alone. And do you need anything? Do you want me to leave anything? Do you want a snack while you're waiting in here?
I'm good.
All right. Well then. Also, can Ronan go to bed, but also take this time to do a recovery roll?
So if you go to sleep, you can use all of them up to the 10 hours. So you can get 4 recovery rolls basically in a night.
Then that's what he's going to go do, and he's going to go pass out.
Great. So you can roll your 4 recovery rolls. Everybody files out until it's just Astro in the room.
Astro, just feeling really guilty about the failure of today's missions, wants to improve. So he wants to boot up like an EVA practice simulation, and he's just going to run basically that in all of his free time, and culminating in a 4xp use of being skilled or skill training, trained in a skill, and he would like to be EVA.
Excellent. And so we see this. This is going to culminate for next session. It'll be like official, but we're at the end of this session, so you can add it whenever you want. But that's awesome. So we see Astro. He just kind of sits there and starts like a training exercise. Is it like the same exercise over and over again? Is it like a course? Like, how do you envision him picking up this skill?
I would imagine it'd
walk us through his like montage.
Yeah. So it starts off with like the tutorial of like, this is how you properly put on an EVA suit, and he's just going from the beginning through everything again. So it's like putting on the suit. He's like, okay, do that 10 times in a row perfectly, and then you can move on to the next section. So he does that, and then it's like walking around the ship with the tether, because he's doing it with the tethered suit. That's the one he's going to commit to learning.
Amazing.
And so he's going to struggle a lot like he did initially, and slowly improve. And it's like, you got to meet the checkpoints in certain times, kind of like a time trial, but of like maneuvering around the ship.
That's really cool. As he's going through this training, which it probably takes him, a couple months to get through, or maybe just a couple weeks, but it's a while of like a certification is like a big deal.
Yeah.
So as he's going through this certification, I imagine at times some people have like walked in on him while he's training, like to use the holodeck or whatever.
Yeah.
How do you think those interactions went? Does he feel nervous? Is he shy? Or is he like, open about it, or what's
He's
that?
open.
He's open about it.
Yeah.
So word starts to spread around the crew that like, wow, Astro is like picking up, a new skill. Like that's the kind of thing that crew members are noticing. And in fact, it kind of ends up as you kind of get the certification, Zara Lowe, the chief engineer, puts you in for a merit award. And you get to choose what Ronan makes for dinner for the crew that day. That's like the merit award for you.
Awesome.
What meal do you have Ronan make as the celebratory merit award?
Astro is going to pick just like a filet mignon, like a really nice steak.
Cool.
steak.
High
name.
quality.
Yeah.
So that's what happens to Astro over the course of the next couple of weeks. We are going to time skip a couple weeks before our next session, which means I'm going to check in with each of you about what's going on for you. We're going to start with Mark Putty. Mark Putty, you have a little bit of a problem that kind of grows over the next 2 weeks, which is that the next morning, when you head down to the dropship to head out with JAQLINE or not JAQLINE, but some of the other crew members to like go back and, because you made the transponder, so you have to be on the ship to help them identify it. The transponder is gone. We don't know if there was a technical difficulty to it. We don't know what happened there.
There's no alert on anything approaching it.
There's no alert. There's no anything. Something has happened to it, and the transponder is gone. And over the next 2 weeks, you work with Communication Officer Finnegan Allsdale, Spectrologist Adelaide MacArthur, whose chipper demeanor gets more and more obnoxious, trying to find it or any sign of it, and you don't. You find no indication of where it might have been. Many countless dropship journeys into the asteroid field. They find lots of interesting minerals and raw materials and useful things for the ship, but they do not find any more things that may or may not be cosmetaline. The transponder is just vanished. So that's like the next 2 weeks for you are kind of that experience. But I'd also like for you to talk to us about the like what is the rest of that's what's happening at work, right? But like what's the rest of what's going on over the next couple of weeks for maybe Mark and Jackie or just Mark? What's going on there?
Other than being incredibly pissed that we weren't able to bag up the cosmetaline while we had it. I think Mark is just spending most of his free time teaching Jackie whenever he can, trying to get over many of the social faux pas and the little paradoxes, the human paradoxes that she's experiencing, and trying to talk them through. Probably a lot of nights. Eventually, I think now that he's really had this good experience with the crew, I think he's reached out a little bit more to different members to see potentially like other experiences. Like maybe he talks to what's the doctor?
Victor Meridian, to see if he's able to talk through any like human experience kind of things. Then also like kind of sit there and not really pass her off, but like if Jackie just seems like she needs someone to talk to, he'll like let Meridian kind of go at it for a while.
You torturer.
Get a taste of your own medicine. Get that and go to just try and like have her get taught by some of the other people, and I'm just there just as like kind of a supervisor. And I think he's inviting Kyle over once or twice over the past 2 weeks or something like that to just play some casual MME, get some revenge.
MME and Curry.
Name a more iconic duo.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's the bulk of it. And I think he's really, especially with the thing going missing, he's probably tried to spend a lot of time, well, along with the rest of the crew, trying to figure it out, and probably beating himself up quite a bit for that and not figuring out a better fail-safe. And just figuring out if it was Lagrange or someone else. He's probably quite anxious if like it's almost certainly not heavy care, but just who the heck came out and did this. So a lot of stress, but then also a lot more socialization.
Yeah, start to see him kind of reach out to the crew a little bit more. Cleo, talk to us about Jackie over that time period. There's a lot of learning with Mark happening. How much of it is sinking in?
I think JAQLINE is slowly coming to understand some intricacies, and honestly, I don't think AI are usually trained in these intricacies, and I don't think Mark knows that, but that runs to JAQLINE's favor because it kind of helps self-actualize sort of that moment of like, I have to make these discretionary choices. And I have to think independently to make these choices.
Yeah.
And so she kind of becomes more of herself, realizing that, okay, there are going to be times where I have to make a decision, and that's okay. I don't have to constantly ask for approval. And she's also picking up like ship AI skills, right? How to navigate the data sphere, how to interface with different things. Probably not with every system yet. It's only been a while.
Right.
probably enough to like kind of navigate just around the ship.
So maybe we'll say the nodes that are most connected to the research team, since Mark is a member of the research team, maybe those are the skill sets that you pick up first, before you branch out to other stuff. Because those Mark can simulate in like a VM for you, right? Because he doesn't want to connect you to the ship. So that makes sense to me if that works for you.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Cool. And then Ronan Voss, over the next couple of weeks, talk to us about Ronan's experience.
I think Ronan's more Ronan's more kind of doing the same thing he has been doing, but more looking into himself, I guess you could say more. He's had a lot of experiences in these past couple of days that have brought back past memories that he's been trying to escape. Even though he's on a path of redemption, which he's trying to forget about those mistakes, he's starting to realize that not being able to forget about those mistakes is maybe a good thing for him. And he's been kind of thinking extra hard on his past, actually, more than he has ever been, to try and think, I did that. It's too late. So it's a lot. He's doing a lot of look back right now, as well as still cooking it up and hanging out with Ivan. And of course, I think throughout that time, he's still gonna check up on Astro, hang out with Astro here and there. He's probably pulled Astro back into the shooting range. He's hoped that maybe he's found a shooting buddy or something like that. Maybe another fight has gone down in the holo table since then, or maybe it's just been Mark. Hey, Mark comes in. You want to fight? And Ronan wants to fight, something like that. But I think he's just kind of keeping it when everything else physically is going to be the same. Mentally, he is.
So is he still socially? He's kind of shutting everybody out.
Still a little bit.
Had a couple open conversations, and then he's
crew,
that was maybe a mistake.
With this crew, very open. I think he's become more open with this crew.
So we're seeing maybe a little insular group of we kind of recognize who the safe people on the crew are to be ourselves around, maybe appearing.
I think more just the fact that he noticed Mark having a good time after not being able to ever see him have a personality or show a personality like that at first. That's Ronan being observant and I guess checking in on the people that he now cares about, or
that
now
totally
that
makes sense.
Important to him, I guess, in a way. So, and that's people that he hasn't had in a while. So he's just taking it all in mentally, but still doing about his regular duties, cooking, making sure everybody's healthy, and
Who do we think keeps the weirdest hours on the ship? Who's up the latest, or is around at the weirdest times or whatever? Who do we think?
It's either gonna be one of us two.
You're talking about among us or among the
among
crew?
you four.
You'd be up 24/7. I think
one of you is going to notice something over the course of these 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Astro will work the occasional odd shift when asked, but otherwise he's working his
pretty disciplined.
I think it'd be one of us, because either I'm up cooking something late or you're up just gaming.
Midnight curry.
Yeah.
I think midnight curry, but then also I think he would be up quite late trying to see if there's any way, even though he's tried it several times, trying to see if there's any way he can glean any sort of last kind of pulse that might have knocked out the sensor. What was the last thing there, trying to maybe go through and sneakily go into the data logs and see who looked at that report.
So maybe some time spent in the data server room where you're direct in, trying to kind of do that. Okay, that makes sense to me. So on one of those late nights, as you are going about your business, you're kind of snooping a little bit yourself, so you're not trying to be super open about what's going on. But you have finished for the evening. You feel like you still haven't gotten the answers you were looking for, and you leave the data room, headed back towards the crew quarters, which means you need to leave the data room. You're going to pass through the food storage area. It's a warehouse area underneath. I think that's warehouse 3 maybe. And then beyond that is the crew elevator, the main elevator of the ship that'll take you down to deck 7. As you go in that direction, you notice that the elevator is going back and forth from deck 3 to deck 2, and it's ignoring your summon. And you head back to the data room because you are perennially curious, and you just maybe you navigate your way into one of the cameras or something like that, and you don't get to see exactly what's going on. You don't catch any suspicious activity, but you notice that compliance officer Dean Lagrange is headed back and forth between deck 3 and deck 2 a number of times, in and out of the elevator. You don't dare risk navigating too far out of that space, because you don't want your activity to be logged, and you don't with the security cameras. Like Talia Bones, for all you know, could be in the room right now looking. Like you don't know what her shift schedule is like. You don't have clearance to get into that space. But it's Dean Lagrange is doing something in like the dead of night, 2 a.m. alpha time kind of a thing, sort of like you are. But whatever he's doing, it is not snooping on you. He's got some other business that he's up to, and you notice that. Ronan, you also keep some weird hours. And I think that one night, as you are leaving maybe the shooting range, Astro wasn't around that night, so you were just like, I'm going to finish everything up and I'll go late. You shoot like 11 to 1, just to like blow off some steam. You head back from the shooting range. You just pass through the holodeck, past the elevator, and down the bunk rooms to where your room is. And as you're heading down the bunk rooms, just as you're about to enter your room, your door is open, and you're standing in the entrance to your room. You notice another door open, and you hear some laughter and some talking, and you see a somewhat drunk Julian Brooks, the robotics engineer, stumble out of helmswoman Saren Peters' room and head back towards his own room. They don't notice you. The door closes behind him, and we move on from there. You head back in. It's a little bit of intrigue, crew dynamics appearing on the ship. Between those two things. And then lastly, when we zoom back in on our story, which is 2-ish, 3-ish weeks after today's adventure was, the reason we're zooming back in there is because something of significance happens. That something of significance is that in the morning, you all begin waking up. Things are normal. You're ready for your day. You're excited for a day's work. You have some opportunities ahead of you, some routine. You've fallen into the rhythm of working on this deployment. You've gotten over the it's day one and everything is new, and now it's not just a job, but it's kind of just a job at this point. You wake up in the morning and a klaxon alarm begins going off, blasting through the ship, and you hear Captain Chet Gamma's voice come over the loudspeakers. All crew members to stations. This is not a drill. We need to reposition immediately. Spectrology has discovered that one of the asteroids has broken free of its gravitational loop and is headed directly for us. Again, engineering especially, we need you to your stations immediately. We are skipping breakfast and we are on the clock, people. And on that note, whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop. Tonight's adventure